I'm standing here with Manav from India, nominee for Best Actor. Manav, could you maybe tell me what film you worked on and tell a little bit background story?
I've worked in South Indian movie. The movie name is Better Tomorrow, and the movie director is Mr. Sheri, and it's produced by Shailendra Shukla under the banner of Prerna Films International. This movie is basically about a social message type of genre of movie. It's a lot of young generation people, youngsters are being affected by party drugs, MDM and all. And our movie is, mainly we focus to give a message to the society that this thing we should bring an end to towards this, bad things. That's what we are, showcased in our movie.
And what was? Could you tell me something more about your role in this film?
My character name is Jagan. He's a police officer, and he got one sister. She works in a software company, and without my knowing, she got addicted to drugs. And later, as a brother and also as a responsible police officer, I try my best to bring her back to the real life.
All right, and maybe a tricky question, but do you also have you experienced this maybe in your neighborhood or around people you know that use a lot of drugs, and are you also a little bit like your character, or
in our country, like almost 70% of the family members, like women and children, are the being affected by this cause, drugs. Like in any ways, means when the parents, like dad or the parents use these drugs and making a lot of problems in the family, in the house. This affects the kids and also their future, and the family gets destroyed, and everything's will come to the end. So in our country, it's a main issue right now, and we are trying our best to give a message against this thing.
All right, that's very beautiful. And is there something, some other message maybe you want to say to the public with this film, or to maybe young actors also in the industry?
Yeah, this is my third year in Septimius International Film Festival, and this the second time I'm getting nominated in the Best Asian Actor category, and this gives me and my entire team, a great motivation to come up with new movies, which gives a great message to the society. And last time also, we have submitted a movie here, and which was based on alcohol. And we got a lot of awards for that movie. That movie name is Do Over. We got around 125 national and international awards for that movie, and hope our new movie Better Tomorrow will, go to more heights.
All right, thank you so much. And I want to close off the interview with this, and thank you for your time. And let's keep on making these movies to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Yes. Ciao. I'm standing here with Sheri, filmmaker of Better Tomorrow. Sheri, could you maybe tell me something about the film and what inspired you to make this movie?
Thank you very much. I'm standing in Amsterdam, attending the Septimius Awards Film Festival. My luck, I got an opportunity. My movie got the Best Asian Actor Award nomination. About my movie name is Better Tomorrow. I'm from India, and especially in India, the youngsters using the party drugs. But normally, as an youngster, they don't care how this affected in future. And how this party drugs affected an youngster, I written a script and I make the movie as a social awareness message. Message means movie not telling an youngster to don't use drugs. Movie gives a warning to parents. It's a wake-up call to parents, because a parent can watch the kids. Is there any character change? Anything changes from their kids? There only they can identify nowadays drugs, because we heard the drugs 10 years, 20 years before. Several drugs, that drugs has the symptoms, smell, character, the addiction all there. But nowadays, this party drugs, nothing is there. The person will be normal, but the drugs will create a trouble when the person affected. If anger comes, it goes high. Anger will go to ultimate. That's why the violence comes in home or in road or in education center or in anywhere. Because of the party drugs, using person only can react immediately within fraction of seconds. That message I did in the movie.
And so, the movie is also a lot based on real life experiences and what's really going on also in India. And could you please tell me maybe a little bit more about the process of making the film? You talked also a lot with different youth also in this position, and how did you go about that?
Actually, my movie caption based on shocking true events. The reason I watched last 1 year how to play a subject with natural way. There is no commercial violence, no commercial like entertainment way. The subject tells a wake-up call to parents. But when I selected my actors, I showed them few films, how to perform, how to act real like. Then everybody can watch in YouTube these type of doctors' presentation, patients' interviews and all. So that helps my actors in high level to perform, to prepare, to mold the character from their own way.
And did the actors also had a lot of influence in character development themselves, or because they were also watching these movies and how to act this way?
Yes. About actors, normally I will give actors to full freedom, because individual person can individual characterization, different different changes. They are normal humans. Mm-hmm. Because if we can see 100%, 100 style of presentation, smiling, walking and all. So like that, the character, before shooting, I given all the experiments, explanation and all the character research to them. Once started the shooting, they acted as a real life person. That's why my actors won several awards. Because I won't tell them to imitate another person. If I can show a drugs-related movie, Leonardo DiCaprio did one movie. But in that movie, it's his own style. I told my actor, you did in your own way, whatever you did. But that is the real. If we can see two persons fighting in road, there is not cinematic. That's real. That is different. Cinematic fight is different. Like that, I used the real way approach of performance in my movie.
Yeah, so they really make it their own also.
Yes, because they can improve their performance, they can research. If I tell an actor, okay, you act this within these limitations, they will also reduce their performance. If I give full freedom, if a talented person, they can express their own feelings, their own expressions, even crying or laughing, they can try. If that is good, I will say okay. Then if there is I need any changes or some variation, less or high, I can explain. Okay, not this much need. Reduce something like. So that will get actors more confidence. Because after the first day, they will prepare, okay, tomorrow this is the scene I can do, like which movie I watch like this character. Because my actor did a police officer role. But he take vacation from profession and he started to treat his sister. So that time, how a person will stand in a brother-sister relation, how much suffer the brother affects, that is the character. He can't laugh because he thinks I'm a police officer. In my house, my sister used the party drug, but I didn't identify. Mm-hmm. Then how the local people, normal people, Like that only affected the whole society. Every kids after 18 years, 20 years, sometimes they will started to use on Saturday, Sunday, then it will come to Monday, Wednesday. Like then it will normal. Because parents will watch, okay, he is a normal person. But drugs is there. When the anger comes in home, road, any workplace, it will react very fast. They can't control. That's the problem.
Then really thank you also for giving an insight on how you make this film. And maybe one last question. What's up next for you? Like, because you're now already also here for the third year. Are these genres you are specifically like to make in movies, or what's next?
Next, I am planning a commercial film. Because my last few projects after the pandemic lockdown, I did the movies within the limited subject because of the film industry facing huge setback in India in lockdown time. So next I am planning a commercial film with director's point of view. There will be a social message. Because I think all the film directors have the responsibility to express at least one message. Because they are also like a journalist, a teacher or doctor. That's why I will try. Maybe sometime it will affect in future.
All right, really beautiful. Then thank you for your time and enjoy the evening.
Thank you very much.
I'm standing here with Glenn Rigeman from AIDA Studios. And Glenn, could you maybe tell me about the award you're winning?
I'm receiving a lifetime award, an achievement. AIDA Studio existing 11 years. My main company is AIDA Rent. We do rental of film lights, for also televisions. We own about 60,000 light fixtures and we own about 16 big film studios.
Oh, that's a lot. And for how long are you in this business?
39 years.
That's really big. And how did you achieve this nomination? Like, what are the steps to build up this company?
I think doing 60,000 rentals worldwide, that's a quite achievement. It's going from big festivals to the first techno parties, name it, I was there. From Olympic Games in Europe, Asia, Russia, we all supplied equipment for that. But in our film studios, we done also Grace of Monaco with a local actress. It's called Nicole Kidman. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, but...
Okay. Yeah. 50th State with Colin Firth, also a local actor. Do you know Colin Firth?
Yeah.
Otherwise you are from the Loon or from Mars or Pluto. But those are two real A-list stars. And... but a lot of other movies, also Dutch movies. André Hazes' Vlees en Bloed, his life story, was recorded in our place. Iron Sky, a beautiful science fiction, but with a big joke. That's a $20 million. De Kursk from Luc Besson, $45 million for a movie. And a lot more.
What's maybe one specific project or partner you work with which really stands out? I know it might be really difficult because there are so many, but maybe you want to name one which was really big, maybe last year.
In the entertainment industry or any industry?
Yeah, any industry, or maybe one of your favorite ones.
I can mention a lot, but for example, we done a wedding about 12 years ago, 15 years ago, and the wedding was costing 800 million euro for a private wedding. And that was quite amazing for a wedding party. But on the other side, doing the Olympic Games is also impressive. Or doing the Queen of England, her Jubilee. She doesn't live anymore, but so those things are massive. But also the film industry, it's an industry with passion, with beautiful people, with a lot of knowledge, and it's always like the magic dust around the production where you see wooden plates and people working, and they create a film set what is amazing. So the movie industry, it's a passionate industry, it's an industry with a lot of dedicated people. It's a beautiful industry.
Really making something out of nothing. Really.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. And also an actor. Try to imagine in the past you had green screens, like a green background, and you can place them anywhere in the world. Today, for example, we were the first in Europe with virtual production or extended reality. Then they see where they are because it's not green anymore. It's like a real screen with depth.
All right. Then is there maybe some message you want to give to the public, like regarding if people are also aspire to grow a big business, maybe like you?
In the movie industry, I've talked in Cannes and on several film festivals with a lot of production people, a lot of art directors. For me, our industry is important to know the 4 facets. The creativity, the content, the artist, that's the soft side. But money is also extremely important, the budgets. And sometimes they have a difficult time by getting the budgets together. So that's another discipline. But also the sales. If you create something, a movie, you still need to sell it. Because otherwise it costs money, it don't bring back money. So those are 3 different disciplines. And the 4th, that's being the glue in between all the cast and the actors and the financing side and producers. So my tip is do it with passion and use or have people around you who are smarter in other things than yourself. And together we are much more strong than alone.
True. Really beautiful. Then I want to close up the interview with that, and thank you for your time, and enjoy the evening.
Done with pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm standing here with Joe and Jonathan. Sorry, kunnen we opnieuw? Sorry. John
and Jared.
And Jared.
Yes.
I'm standing here with John and Jared, nominated both for Best Actor. Could you maybe tell me about what film you worked on?
It's called What About Sal? I'm the writer-director of it as well, and I acted in it. And I've been nominated Best Actor in the film, and Jared's also nominated for Best Actor in the same film, and I want him to win because his performance is phenomenal. And he's one of the best and I've worked for over 50 years in the business, and he's one of the best actors I've ever worked with. Not best Down syndrome actor, best actors. And his performance in this film is extraordinary. It's called What About Sal? And it says a lot about Down syndrome people, and people will get an understanding of how important they are to the world population, you know.
And how did you two meet for this film? Like, how did you get to know each other?
I can answer that one. Well, it all started when I met John Jared. John is my favourite actor. He was in McLeod's Daughters, and I call him Terry Dodge. So anyway, he came to my work at Sydney, and he said to my mother, would you like your son to be in my film, What About Sal? And she said, why not? My role in the film as Sal in the film, in What About Sal, it's a feel-good Aussie film. It's about a man with Down syndrome, very determined who his father is, and I helped co-write the film with John.
Was it your first time co-writing a film like this?
Yes, it was my first time. John came to me with a confidence. He hardened me up, and whenever my energy level is low, he would cheer me up. He'll always make me laugh.
So like it was making a film, but also really working with a lot of passion, and also offset. Really maybe also talking about the film, and because you directed it, but you also played in it, and you also helped directing and writing the movie. And how was it then also writing the movie and then also acting in it? How did you prepare for that?
Well, I've been doing it all my life. I've been acting for a long time. I'm quite old. And so I know how to write, and I know how to direct, and I know how to act. Producing I'm not very good at, but I'm getting better. So I wasn't daunted by it. I was quite excited about it. I'm very lucky. I live in a profession that I can hardly wait to get up in the morning and do it. Today, I'm just as excited about the business as I was 50 years ago. Yeah.
Is there maybe something you want to finish off the interview with about the topics you discussed in your film, a message you want to say to the public?
Yeah, that I think this is, it's dramatically a wonderful film, and people really enjoy it, despite the subject matter. But the subject matter is very well expressed by Jared, and it will give you a whole different perception of Down syndrome people and how extraordinary they are, and how they're emotionally more intelligent than we'll ever be. They're capable of unconditional love, which we struggle with, us who aren't Down syndrome. So they've got a lot to offer, a lot of love, a lot of enthusiasm, and in Jared's case, a lot of intelligence, and his performance is extraordinary, and you shouldn't miss it.
All right, let's go all watch it. What about Sal? Thank you. I'm standing here with Yan Gabriel, nominated for both 2 Best African films. Yan Gabriel, could you maybe tell me, first about one film, about a little bit of backstory?
Sure, I'll talk to you about Runs in the Family, which is it's a comedy. It's written by my son Gabriel, who is a transgender boy. He's a very good writer, and he acts in the film as well. So it really is about family. It's about it's something that he wrote during COVID. So we decided to do something at that time, and it got picked up by Netflix and a couple of other associated producers. It's a bit of a road trip. It might be compared to Little Miss Sunshine or Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, as that kind of film, in which the father and son. I don't play the father. I am the father, but I don't play the father. The father and son get to know each other better and go through some crises and come out better and understanding each other a bit more. So it's pretty much like what families do. Yeah.
Yeah, really beautiful. I think the topic can also be about transgenders. Did you were the reactions of the public what you hoped for also?
Yes, first of all, we involved a lot of the community of Cape Town, a lot of the gay community in particular, and there's a big drag show in the film which entertains people, and it's great to watch. We had a very, very positive response, and we continue to have a very positive response. The film played as a transgender Day of commemoration film in Australia last year, and it won the Best South African Film prize at the Durban Film Festival. My son and I are working together again, and we'll co-direct the next film we do.
All right, really looking forward to that. And could you maybe then tell me also a little bit about the other film?
Yeah, the other film is called Death of a Whistleblower. Death of a Whistleblower is a thriller. It's about whistleblowing in South Africa. There have been several cases of whistleblowers in the past 10 years who have whistleblown and paid the ultimate price of being executed by usually by gang members and gang violence. So that's something that's become quite an issue in South Africa. And we had a great actress playing the lead role, named Notkolo Dlamini. She plays a fantastic role in the film. We had a great producing team of Chipiso Piri and Joel Piri and Maroba Nkawe. So we're very hopeful that either one of those films will come through tonight.
All right, let's hope for the best, and good luck and enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much. Same to you.
I'm standing here with Victorio and
Daniele.
Could you maybe tell me something about the project you worked on?
Okay, we've been nominated for this strange film called Joachim and Apocalypse, and the title is already big. Well, the director said, don't spoiler too much. I said, okay, I'm not going to speak about the movie. That's it. It's a beautiful movie. fantastic movie that I wanted to do since I read the script. I said, okay, this is a film for me, and I accepted it. And I don't know if I did a good job, but I loved it. So I put all my love in the director's point of view. Sometimes we had many disappointings, but then I think we did a good job. Anyway, in the film, we are the only 4 nominees. No director, no best film, no photography, but best makeup special effects, my job, costume designs, and fantastic sound designer, Michele Josia. What? Soundtrack. It's the same. I think, huh?
And could you maybe tell me also about maybe also how AI, for example, influenced your work? Did it influence your work also with this film, or how do you see that it's changing the way you work? Maybe you want to answer it?
I didn't understand.
Like how maybe AI changed the way you're working also.
No, there's no AI, absolutely. There's no AI.
No, I mean like just in general, like in the industry, how for you, maybe not in your film?
Okay, because I also live in Los Angeles, I've been a victim of the 1.5 years of a strike. Also for AI, but not only for that, also for the salaries, for all the stuff. How can I say? I know that the future is going to be that line. It's already a big part of my work. But I also think that if I'm keeping working with the directors that prefer their artistic hands, there will be a place for me. And I'm 50 years old, so I think, how much can I live? Other quarter of life? Okay, I will close my eyes. And I'll be a genius after death. Never in life. This is for sure. And because I'm Italian, I know that geniuses only after death, never in life. But I'm not a genius, so I don't care. But I do care, but I don't really care.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think I got to live my life day after day. And we'll see.
Yeah.
We're going to solve problems. We are Italians, so we know how to solve problems.
You maybe want to add something to that?
No. L'intelligenza artificiale può intaccare il tuo lavoro? No. There's absolutely no. Because his hands cannot be replaced by a computer, or everything is hands, the same mind. But if there are directors that want to have that kind of work, they're going to call other people. Which is, if they arrive to call us, it's because they want to have artisan finishing,
Yeah, I think
taste it.
I think everyone has a really different vision about it. Just surely a little bit also about the movie, maybe for the costume designer. Where did you get your inspiration from, and how did you get to work?
L'ispirazione è stata quella del francescanesimo italiano con San Francesco, Santa Chiara e I nostri santi italiani.
He took some ideas from San Francis, Saint Clare, and other saints of Italy. But this monk that is in our movie is the first monk in the history. So he started everything. That's why, because he had a view of the apocalypse. And it seems that even Dante Alighieri in Divina Commedia and Galileo Galilei took images of his apocalypse to put in their works. So it was before them. After death, they started to study Gioacchino da Fiore. And he became, now there's a process in the Vatican to make him saint. Because he's like San Francis. He was a rich, noble man, and he undressed him of everything.
Gli affreschi in San Francesco in Assisi di Giotto e Cimabue.
Sì, però ho detto un'altra cosa rispetto
l'ispirazione.
L'ispirazione è una cosa, non ho detto un'altra cosa che è importante.
Okay.
Lui è stato il primo di tutti gli altri. And of course he said, from paintings from San Francis of Assisi, are paintings, of course, but he started to study those things, and he put it in his head, because of course there are no pictures of Gioacchino Fiore. We're talking about the first century of after Jesus' death.
So it's really like looking back at history, the pictures, and imagining what it could be.
Because we don't have any, nothing about him. There are no dinosaurs that we can find bones. No. So that's why this film is particular. Is I think very well done. Describes nicely the life in that period and the big love for not Jesus Christ but God. I love this film, but the director said don't spoiler too much. I said okay, I'm not going to speak about it. He said no, say something but not too much. I said what? I said yes, okay. Always,
All right, then let's close up the interview with that.
He doesn't know. He's not here.
Okay. Maybe some small detail.
A lot of problems between the directors and designers, like me, and also the DOP. But anyway, we did a good job.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoy the evening.
Because I'm already 2 times Oscar nominee. And I worked with Mel Gibson, with Brian De Palma, with Martin Scorsese. So these directors, I know how to manage. If I work with the crazy ones, the stupid ones are nothing. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I'm standing with Michaelin, nominated for Best Soundtrack. Michaelin, could you maybe tell me about the film you've worked on and what your job was?
Well, the film I was working on was it's titled Joachim and the Apocalypse. It's a period movie. It's set on 13th century, and it's about the story of this monk. A bit controversial, actually, because he had ideas and he had a view of the holy books ahead of his time. So it's a quite controversial figure, but very interesting. And it's not yet distributed, but will be in December. So we're looking forward for the premiere in Rome. And it's a little bit of a, of course, it's a real story, but it's also a little bit fantasy. So because this monk had a vision and about the apocalypse and so.
And I think you also don't really have pictures also of this monk, and so it was really also when I talked with the filmmakers. Then how did you were nominated for Best Soundtrack? Could you maybe tell me, how that process was in this film?
Yeah, well, I have this more or less the same process in every movie I'm working on. Like I really go into analyzing the movie, the script first, but then the rough cut. Analyzing with the director and talking a lot before to put my hands on piano, for composing. So to find the key, the hidden gem, and the hidden meaning of the film. So I'm working on what is under the skin of the film, and so to find that, which is the real key of a soundtrack. Needs a little bit of time. So analyzing, talking with the director, and after that, of course, you start elaborate thema and of course discussing with the director if this is a good one or not, and then step by step go forward. So my job in this particular movie was to combine, of course, historical instruments with the modern orchestrations, voices, choirs, Gregorian chants, and so on. So to make a kind of a layers, which was reminding that time, but at the same time is a modern film and is a modern concept. He was ahead of his time, so the music.
And were there maybe also some challenges during the film that you had a certain view of this is how the soundtrack or how we should use these elements from back in the day, and that the director had a completely different view on it? How did you go about that?
Well, this was one of the rare cases in which I was very lucky. I mean, the second attempt, the second idea I had. The first one was okay, but still it was not reflecting what he was thinking about. Then the second proposal was just a match. So I said, yes, that's it. And so then I started from that core, and I continued. So it was I was pretty lucky. It's not always like that, you never know. You can be lucky or not, so it depends. And you can do 20 different thema, and maybe nothing works. The 21 works. In this case, the second works. So then I was lucky for me. So.
All right. Then really thank you for this insight on making, for nominate for best soundtrack and how you go about your work. So enjoy the evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a honor and proud for me to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Standing here with Anna, actress in the Netherlands. And Anna, could you maybe tell me how you're enjoying the evening?
Well, it's really exciting to be here, attending for the first time this International Film Festival. There's a lot of nice content yesterday. There was a lot of great talks, great panel discussions, and today it's really nice to just be, mingling around and, connecting with everyone in the industry. Yes.
And have you maybe talked already to some interesting people? Were you able to connect with some at this event?
Yes, with casting directors actually yesterday, and also with some film directors coming from all parts in the world, all regions in the world. So that's quite interesting. Also to connect and to exchange ideas and to see what they are doing, and also to just also for the fun, of course.
Yeah, true. Is there maybe some recent project you did where we can maybe see you? Or what are you? Is there anything you're working on right now?
So I just did actually a very small role for a mini series, which is going to be released in America, in US. So maybe next year we'll be able to see myself actually on a screen there on a TV series. That was quite a nice project. So really looking forward to see the final result. Yeah.
All right, really nice. And do you maybe have some tips also for actors like working in the Netherlands or maybe in Europe if they want to go outside to America? What are the steps you took to work there?
Well, networking is really important, and that's also one of the reasons why I'm here. And I think, it all starts there with networking, also connecting with other actors, doing some training here, connecting with filmmakers, with the industry here. And I think these kind of festivals, events are really helpful actually for that, for other actors who come from a different country, who come from abroad. So I would say networking and investing in yourself, investing in your brands, and to be seen, let's say.
All right, thank you so much. Is there some place we can follow you online?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm and Ana Sof Gonçalves. You can follow me there, follow my work there, and and of course the movies that will come out.
All right, really looking forward. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks. I'm standing here with Berta. Berta, could you maybe tell me how you enjoying the evening?
Well, so far so good. It's great to be here. This is my first time, and just be able to meet people, to reconnect also, because nowadays we are like online, on social, we see people through a screen. So it's good to be like live and to be able to meet all those people. So it's a great opportunity for me, especially as an actor.
True. And is there, because there's not anything you're nominated for right now in these awards, right?
Not yet. But who knows?
Who knows? Maybe next year after. You told me shortly before we started filming something about TV series you were working on. Could you maybe tell me something about that?
Yes, I'm actually an actor in Belgium, and I shot a series TV show called Chameleon. It is now in Belgium on streams, but it's coming to the Netherlands as from September the 6th on Videoland. So be sure to be there. Be there or be square.
All right, be there or be square. Anything else you want to give a message to the public?
Just enjoy yourself, and you know what? Just be yourself, because everybody else is taken. Enjoy yourself, do what you love. You will not be loved by everybody, and it's not the point. As long as you are respectful, and in this business to be professional, and the only competition you have is yourself.
I like that. Let's close off with that and enjoy the evening.
Thank you for having me.
Standing here with Tamika, nominated for Best Writer, also Best Director. Tamika, could you maybe tell me something about the film you've worked on?
So my film is called Superman Doesn't Steal, and it's based on a core memory shared with my brother and I. It's set in the 70s during the Atlanta child murders, and I was super happy to finally get this very personal story to the screen. So I wrote, directed, and produced, and I also play my mother in the film as well.
Oh, that's a lot of work. Also because it's really personal. Like it must have been really intense in writing it, but also playing in it. And it's also a personal story. So how did you do that?
With a little bit of money and a whole lot of magic. It was very, very difficult. But I had an incredible support team, wonderful actors, and it was made even more difficult because we shot during 2 strikes in America, in Los Angeles. So we shot in Atlanta, and I was able to get people who weren't working to do it for what they normally wouldn't do it for. So it was kind of like a win-win because I was able to pay them something, but not what they typically would get. And I got amazing talent. So I was really very lucky, and I'm super excited to be here. This is my first time in Amsterdam and at the Septimius Awards. So
really nice. Really glad to have you here. And I wonder, in what period of time did you also make this movie? Because there's also like very little money, and I think also in film we look for creative ways to make our film, especially as independent filmmakers. In how short of the time did you make this film?
So we were scheduled to shoot for 4 days, but we had to add another day on, which was a little bit more money, but we had to do it. So so 5 days total.
5 days in total. Oh my God, that's crazy. Wow. And for how long have you been in this industry?
I've been in the industry for over 30 years. I hope I don't look like I've been in it for that long. But over 30 years. Writing, directing, producing, acting, all of the different things. So, yeah.
And this is also a project that's maybe been laying on the bookshelves for quite long before you were making it?
Yes, it was laying in the bookshelf of my mind. It was because it was very traumatic for my family, so I always wanted to tell the story. And then finally I was able to, it came to me in a way that I thought honored the story, so I was able to get it to the screen.
All right, then thank you so much for your time and enjoy the evening.
Yes, you too. Bye.
I'm standing here with Naika. Naika, could you maybe introduce yourself a little bit and tell me what project you've worked on?
Yes, my name is Naika King. I'm here representing Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot, and I've also starred in HBO's Euphoria.
All right, and you're also nominated for the film?
Yes, Best Actress, Best American Actress.
And how are you enjoying the evening so far? Is it your first time here?
Yes, my first time in Amsterdam. It's a lot of walking, a lot of cobblestones. So, I got my flats for later, but it's a beautiful city, beautiful architect.
Really nice. And could you tell me something about the film? About, as an actress, how did you prepare for your role, and what was the movie about?
So, Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot, is a true story based on First Lady Donna Martin, who I portray in the film, and Bishop W.C. Martin. They got a call from God to adopt kids, and then they went out to their church and convinced them to adopt kids as well. So overall, they adopted over 77 kids from East Texas, which is the city called Possum Trot. It's in Texas.
And how did you prepare for your role in this film?
Oh, girl, it's a lot of trauma I had to pull up from the past. But my mom was also in foster care, so I talked with my mom. I let her read the script, and we both was like so excited because this was her story. And, I just prayed. I prayed. I told God what I wanted. At first it didn't look like it was going to go my way. And then, right in like the very end, it went my way, and I was able to do this film, and I'm just so excited for people to see it, and hopefully we win tonight. Yes,
I hope so too. Just last question: do you also have a lot of influence in your own role, in how you see yourself?
So what's the question? Do I see myself in the role?
Like how, when you were preparing for the role, did you also have a lot of influence in, okay, I want her to do this or that, or I feel like this is maybe a better step for her in the movie?
Mm-hmm. So I really wanted to honor First Lady Donna Martin because she's still alive. So I spoke with her a lot. We text. She sent me videos of them praying and singing. So it's very important for me to capture her essence. And I think I did a great job because she loved the film. And overall, I just feel like, the Holy Spirit kind of came into the room when we were preparing and doing the scenes. And we just, we did what we did as actors. You prepare, and then at some point you just have to let things go and let it be.
True. Yeah. Well, then I want to close off the interview with that. And thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the evening.
Thank you. How do you say thank you in Dutch?
Dankjewel.
Dankjewel. Got it.
I'm bilingual.
I'm standing here with Josh and Rebecca. Josh, could you maybe tell me something about the film you've worked on?
Sure. So I directed the movie called Sound of Hope, Story of Possum Trot, and we both produced and wrote the film together.
And what are both your roles in it? Because you both produced and make the film together. What was your particular role in this movie?
Yeah, we wrote and produced together, and then he directed. So we started it from the ground up, and here we are.
Have you worked together for a long time?
Yeah, we're married, so and we work together. So we've been working on this for about 8 years now.
Wow, that's a long time. And also, like, filmmaking is not about love, and there's also love between you two. Like, you really can see it, I think, as well. Maybe could you tell us a little bit more about making the film? How did you, for example, cast your actors, and did you already knew some people?
Well, so yeah, an 8-year project. Took a while, probably took most of the time getting the story right. And once we had that together, I mean, there's a lot to say, but I can tell you it was a long process of love and faith and just commitment. Wasn't a lot of support financially for this project for a long time. But once all that came together, things moved pretty quickly. And this film in particular, the casting was really important to me. There's a lot of kids in this film, so it's very easy to, it's hard to get that right. And so we hired some great casting directors to help us find the right talent, and we ended up with some amazing people. Naika King and Demetrius Gross are our leads. Elizabeth Mitchell is another lead who is just amazing. And then all the kids blew us out of the park. It was just amazing to see their work. So.
And I think also, I can imagine working with kids can also be pretty hard. Like, it's maybe hard to direct them. How did you go about that? Maybe you want to answer that?
Well, we knew that finding the right kids was like critical to the story, because so much of it rested, particularly on this Terry character. She was like 13, and so we searched all over America, couldn't find the right actress, but she was in the UK and London, and we were able to bring her out, and that was incredible. And Josh, was the director, so he worked with the actors. But yeah, we had phenomenal talent, and we're so grateful. I mean, it really is what brought the film together, and what people are raving about are the performances in the film.
And I did have someone tell me, an experienced director tell me, to be sure that we chose child actors who could pull it off in the auditions. And I completely concur with that now. It's, there's, when you see that natural ability in their auditions, that's what we really looked for. And Diana Babnikova is phenomenal. She's a young actress. She was 12 years old when we first were introduced to her. She's 15 now. But when you see her in the film, she's a 12-year-old girl doing some of the deepest work that I've seen in a young actress. So she's incredible.
Pretty beautiful. Is there maybe some other challenge you've also faced during making the movie? Because you worked together for quite a long time. I can imagine that it works together pretty well. But is there anything you've encountered during this film?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically a miracle that we're here and that we made it. And, I think one of the biggest challenges for this film was finding the right funding so that we could really tell the story that we felt called to make. It's a film that really deals deeply with faith, and so a lot of times, especially in the American film market, you get put into a box of faith-based filmmakers and faith-based films, and we don't fit there, and this film didn't fit there. And so finding the right funding so that we could really tell the story authentically and really show the hardships that kids are going through and what they're facing and the trauma. And so we were really blessed that we partnered with a nonprofit called Care Portal in the United States, and they serve kids all over the country, and they went and donor funded this film. So it was funded completely through donations so that most of the profits could go back to help kids and families in crisis.
Really nice. This is it's full circle basically then. And could you maybe then close off the interview, maybe shortly state your film again, and then say where we can watch it?
So our film is called Sound of Hope, The Story of Possum Trot, and it's in theaters in the United States still, but it will be going to streaming this week. And so it's a story about a small community in East Texas, United States, where First Lady Donna Martin and Bishop Martin led their community in adopting some of the most difficult to place children in the U.S. foster system in their area. So it's a big story, very powerful, moving, and it addresses a really serious crisis in the United States as well as around the world.
Thank you so much.
And it's coming to theaters across the world. Like, we're not exactly sure, but I know it's rolling out in the UK in the next month and some other countries as well. I'm not sure about Netherlands yet, but yes. But angel.com/hope, you can find out more.
Thank you so much, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'm standing here with Katan. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Yeah, filmmaker from Hungary. Could you maybe tell me about your background and what are you nominated for?
Well, I am a documentary filmmaker, and I'm nominated for my documentary film called Narrow Path to Happiness. And it's a film about two Roma boys. It's a love story. It's two boys who live very poorly in the poorest part of Hungary, and they are disinherited by their parents because they love each other. And they decide that they want to make a musical film based on their true love story. And they find me, they contact me, and I was following their love story and their way to make their musical film for 5 years.
So your inspiration was really from them, but they contacted you then to make this movie.
Yeah, they wanted to make a musical film, but instead of making a musical film, I made a documentary film about them. So it was a very nice, and it was a nice, they grew a lot, they learned a lot about themselves, and we've been traveling around in a lot of festivals, and the boys came with me, so they really changed their life.
I think, can I also imagine that you really built also like a really personal bond in making this documentary? And could you maybe tell me also a little bit about how the process of filming went? How many weeks, months, days, maybe before you even started filming? Because I can imagine you don't just start right with filming your documentary, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I am half Roma and half Jewish myself, so it was very easy to connect with them because I know the culture, and I believe that the Roma and the Jewish culture are very similar. There's a lot of similarity, and also because it's very forbidden, all this subject, Roma and the LGBTQ story in Hungary, it was very easy for me because I didn't get any fund in Hungary. I didn't get any money, so I was free to make the film. And the other good thing that I have a husband at home who is a fantastic cinematographer. So it was easy for me because it was only us, me and my husband, making a film about these two boys. So we become very close, very fast. So that's why the film could have been so intimate.
I really, really love that, and I think it's really nice with this type of documentaries that you keep it close, and it keeps it also like really real and really close to heart. Is there maybe anything else or any message maybe you want to spread also about this topic? Because I feel like it can also be very difficult topic in these countries to talk about.
It is a very difficult topic, but because the boys have an amazing sense of humor, a lot of love towards each other, and a lot of belief in themselves. So actually it's a very colorful and happy love story, and we have a happy ending because the family accepted them. Making a documentary, you interfere a life, but we did interfere in a good way.
And I want to close off the interview with that, and I want to say enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much.
I'm standing here with Jasmine in this beautiful dress. Jasmine, could you maybe tell me about what you're nominated for?
I'm nominated for Best American Actress, and for my role in Silencio, I'm the main character called Sarah, and she's a screenwriter who suffers from panic disorder.
And did you have maybe any experience also in friends or people around? Because you're talking about that she has a panic disorder. How did you go about preparing for your role?
Yeah, I took to myself like I don't know, about 8 months, that I was talking to psychiatrists and psychologists, and also people like close people and some people I met through this like discovery, how to find this character, how to understand better so I could speak their truth. It was not about me anymore.
Oh, true. And how was the process of making the film?
It was tense, but also fun. My scene partner, Sarah, she has a boyfriend, and most of the scenes, like, he's with her. He took Lucas Tier, thank you very much. He took a really good time to be helpful and warming and understanding. And also the director, Diego Stevi, he was such an amazing person into directing and having, like, he was very understanding, like, when we were getting ready for the scene. I think our team for the harder scenes were the reason everything went well, like everyone involved in the hard.
Yeah, I think filmmaking is really about passion, and everyone puts a lot of love into it. Is there maybe any message also you want to give to maybe young actors who also aspire to be in films like these? What are some of the steps they can take to get to the vision where they want to be?
First, know where you want to be, know who you are, and believe. Like, believe, and doesn't matter what anybody says. Listen to them, understand what you can get from what they're saying, and keep on believing, keep on trying, and don't be too hard on yourselves, please.
True. What's maybe something short you want to say? What's coming next?
Yeah, sure. Next year I have 2 films coming up. It's called You, Me, New York, and another short film called Perfect for Me, which is AI. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a very interesting film.
Right, really excited about looking forward to these new techniques also in film, because it's really influencing the way we work.
Yeah, we are not using any AI in the film, but we are bringing AI into the characters. Like the actors are the AI. It's something. Yeah.
All right. Well, looking out for that, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Standing here with Tünden and Andre. Tünden, could you maybe tell me something about the project you've worked on and what you're nominated for?
Yes. Hi, my name is Tünde Škovren. Andre Zinke, and we are here with a documentary that's called Who I Am Not. We are nominated in the Best Documentary category. And Who I Am Not is a film that follows 2 intersex people. It was entirely shot in South Africa. One of our protagonists, Sharon Rose Kumalo, was born and raised a girl. She socialized her entire life as a female. And at the age of 21, she found out accidentally that she had the genetics, the chromosomes, the DNA of a male. And our other protagonist was born with ambiguous genitals. They did a genital mutilation, a genital normalization process on them as a child. And at the age, and at an adult age, they found out what actually happened to them. And together they navigate this journey to define who they really are, what really happened to them. And together we go into this emotional roller coaster of asking the question, what really is a woman or a man, and how we draw the line in between sexes, and why does that really matter to us today?
And how are these topics also in South Africa? Are there a lot of people talking about it, or maybe they're talking about it now more since the documentary? Maybe you could tell something about that?
It's, we started the story following a South African Olympic champion athlete, so that story was already there. And when it became a legal case, because all the association, the sports association, were trying to stop her from running as a female, that's when we met our characters and we decided to make the story about people that are like everybody else, not necessarily a celebrity. But it's in Africa, it's a subject that is very well known in the streets, but not talked about.
True. I think also these documentaries really help also to spread the word and also to actually get a view on like how are people living their lives and what does it mean to just wake up one day and just found out, oh, actually there's more, like and how was also the process working in for the documentary. I can imagine it's quite a sensitive topic also. How was that?
It's a very sensitive topic, and besides, our hashtag was the invisible eye. So for us, this is exactly the goal, to bring the education to everybody, to understand that this is not a very isolated case, or it's about 2% of the world population is intersex, is born with intersex traits. So we didn't have the necessary support from officials, let's say, but right now, as we're pushing, and the documentary was very successfully received around the world. We've been already in about 70 festivals. Now people are waking up, and what we are impressed with is the amount of community screenings that are requested from us.
I'm really glad to hear that it was really received so well. I think also the Septimius Awards is for that, to really support also independent filmmakers or documentary makers. And I really hope you get it. We'll see. And then enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much. We are happy to be here to finally celebrate, because as documentary filmmakers, we are on the field all the time on our genes, and finally we are here, and we see fellow filmmakers as well, and we can raise a glass of champagne. So thank you very much for having us here, and good luck to you for the furthest interviews that you will conduct.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm standing here with Dorna. Dorna, could you maybe tell me something about the film you're nominated for?
Yes, it's called Finding a Knock, coping with our colonial past, and it is about my grandfather fathering a child of an Indonesian woman, and then the woman, was sent back to her village. Those were the things happening in those days, which was of course horrible. Anyway, he got the child, and together with his white wife, he raised the child, and she was gone to the Netherlands, and her son Maurice and I. We went back to Indonesia in the 2020, and we made a movie about it.
So it's quite a personal movie as well.
It's a very personal movie about our family being in Indonesia, in the Dutch Indies actually. And in the Dutch Indies, you were white, or you were colored, or you were a mix of both. And a lot of people in the Netherlands are a mix of both. And it does something to your identity. So we went back and we made a search for Enoch, who is the grandmother.
And how is the film received so far? Are you happy with the results?
Very, very, very happy. It went to many festivals. We got, especially actually in the anthropological film festivals. They studied it and they liked it, and it was sold to a couple of very nice big platforms where they show movies like this. So I was very happy. Yeah, and I got a couple of awards for it. So
just a couple of awards.
Well, I send it out at many festivals because I really think we should, reconsider our past. And it's not just us, but it is many countries who went, abroad and colonized other countries. And now we are rethinking our history, and that's what it's about.
And I want to close off the interview with that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you too. And thank you to the organization, which is great.
Could you maybe give a short introduction about yourself and what you're nominated for?
介绍一下自己，然后你的提名奖项是什么？
大家好，我叫齐芳，我是来自中国的北京。那我这次是带着作品来的，我很荣幸能够获得亚洲最佳女演员的一个提名。
Hello everybody, my name is Qi Fang. I'm very honored to be here and I'm from Beijing, China. And I have brought my film called Little People, Big Error here. And our film has been nominated as the Best Asian Film.
And could you maybe give some detail about what the film is about, the subjects you discussed?
这个电影的主题是什么？是讲一个什么样的一个故事？
她是一个非常具有年代代表性的独立女性，她从一个小渔村出来，然后努力打拼，经过一系列的挫折，最终成为一个非常成功优秀的女性，很具有中国特色的代表性的人物。
Okay, so the story is about a very typical traditional Chinese lady and who was born in the village and who has suffered a lot of problems during her career, and later on she became a very successful lady. And this is a very typical Chinese woman in 1980s.
And who are you hoping to inspire with your film?
你是根据哪个人，就是对你这个电影有一些这个灵感的？
我觉得可能根据我自己吧，因为我自己的经历跟电影女主的经历其实是非常相似的。
I think inspired from myself, my experience very familiar with the leading actress in this film. The character is very similar experience.
All right, then, we are quite short on time, so maybe just one last question: where can we watch the film?
Have you watched the film?
Where can we watch the film?
我们可以在哪儿去看这部电影呢？
我们肯定中国是可以看的，其次我们希望走更多的电影节，能够有展映的单元就更好了，所以也是希望大家能看。
Okay, so you'll be seeing the film in Chinese cinema in the future, and we also would like to have screening overseas in the film festivals so that Western audience can see the film.
All right, then thank you so much for your time and enjoy the evening.
Thank you too.